Madonna's recipe is an all-time winner, guaranteed to satisfy appetites of any age. It starts with some stale bread that I'm just going to break up like so. And I'm going to soak this in some milk and just smush it up with my hands. This will turn your meatballs into the most beautifully soft mixture. Okay, so this is pretty much what we want. And now I'm going to add some of Dominic's beautiful ricotta, which is just wonderful for flavor and for texture. It's beautiful, it's crumbly, and it's full cream ricotta. The only ricotta Italians have. Just squish it in with a fork, and I've got a mixture of pork and veal mince. In it goes. Just squish it all in. This mixture comes together really, really quickly as well. With the ricotta and mince roughly mixed, you'll need 1 egg, a big pinch of salt and some pepper, grate a little nutmeg for warmth, and then the zest of half a lemon. And I'm just going to go and grab some pecorino from the fridge. You can use parmesan, of course. I seem to have a preference for pecorino these days. I use it so liberally. You don't need much, by the way, about 30 grams. And mix it in. And now, just a little bit of parsley. I'm just going to get the leaves, but I'm going to reserve this for the sauce. Mix it through. And then our mixture is done. I'm just going to rest it in the fridge for about 20 minutes so that it firms up a little bit more, and then it's easier to shape the meatballs. And we're ready to roll, as they say. Just turn the heat on, and then we add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and basically just pinch off bits and pieces of your paste. And this is what my mum does. And it's a very effective way to get a really nice and firm polpetta. There, into the pan. Once the polpette begin to gently fry, dice up a French shallot and then add it to the pan. And the time has come to splash some red wine and deglaze the pan. Ah, yes. Let's give the polpette a quick turn. Once the wine has done its job releasing all those caramelized flavors from the pan, it's time to add 2 bottles of beautiful sweet passata. Then fill the bottles with water and add them to the pan. Now I'm going to add those bits from the parsley that we chopped off earlier. We didn't need the woody bits in the meatball mixture, but they hold such wonderful parsley flavor and they will infuse the sauce, just like so. And I'm going to grab a baby capsicum, just chop it in half, in it goes, just for some extra sweetness, and tiny bit of celery from the hearts. It's mainly the leaves actually, because they have such a fresh aroma, and all these ingredients combined with the richness of the tomatoes and the beautiful meatiness of the polpette will create the most luscious sauce. And this has to bubble away for a couple of hours. We're going to let it do its thing undisturbed and come back to it when it's lunchtime. The longer the sauce simmers, the more intense its flavors become. And with this now looking luxurious and thick, it's time for la pasta. And I've got a big pot of water that's coming to the boil and plenty of salt in the water. And now let's get our spaghetti. And in fact, I'm going to use spaghettini today because they are quite a bit thinner than regular spaghetti, which means that they take a lot less to cook. And stir, because otherwise they will stick. Okay, let's have a check. Yes, I think this is right. See, it's really bendy and soft, but it's got a little bit of bite, which is exactly what we want because it will keep cooking. I'm gonna lift it and toss it in here, dragging along some of the pasta cooking water. Let's make sure that each strand is coated with the sauce because there is nothing that irritates an Italian more than seeing a bowl of cooked pasta with just a few spoons of sauce on top. This is not how we do it. Oh, this is looking very good. Now, I have to confess that when I was growing up and my mum would make meatballs all the time, she would never serve them with pasta. We'd have the meatballs one night and then with the leftover sauce, we'd have some pasta the next night.